So, what is your best case scenario outlook for your retirement plans? If everything falls into place and everything goes just the way you want it to go, what is your retirement going to look like? In my last video, I took a look at a couple of worst case scenarios. If everything were to go wrong and your retirement wasn't working out, and most likely you're going to have to go back into the workforce out of necessity, not out of want. And I think there's a big difference between those two things. So for tonight's video, I want to take a look at about 5 of my best case scenarios, things that, if I retire early, will enhance my retirement, make me want to stay retired. So best case scenario number 1, I will retire early and my overall health and well-being will greatly improve and be enhanced. I think just the mere reduction in stress and anxiety from having to work, lack of sleep on some nights. I think a lot of us have experienced that. The tired feeling in the morning. Well, imagine if all that gets wiped away. The anxiety and stress that kind of infiltrates our life while we work is gone. So you sleep better, you wake up with more energy, you're in a better mood, you look at things in a more positive light. And I think as a result, your overall life's going to improve. Your relationships will get better. Your outlook on the world and life itself will get better. So that's my best case scenario number 1. Simply, the reduction in stress and anxiety is going to lead to a happier, more fulfilling life. Best case scenario number 2. For me, it was freeing up time to develop either skills that I already have or some things that I want to try. Now, probably the same for a lot of people out there. Like, you have a lot of things that you would like to try, or things you already maybe done a little bit, you just need more time to fully develop them. Well, if you retire early while you're still healthy, a little bit younger, you have time to develop any skill you want to, whether it's a work-related skill, whether it's a creative outlet, an artistic outlet. Retiring early is going to offer you, or it's going to give you the opportunity to take advantage of time and develop those skills. So that's my best case scenario number 2. I'll be able to develop some skills that I want to. Best case scenario number 3, you have more time to spend with family and friends. And for this one, I don't necessarily mean just simply to go and do things with your family and friends, but just simply to be with your family and friends. As I get older, I realize that anytime you're with family and friends, you don't necessarily have to go out and do something. I think we all like, doing things with family and friends, and we can make memories that way and certainly enjoy the day, but it's not necessarily. It's simply having the time to be with your family, to be with your friends, no expectations whatsoever, just enjoy each other's company. Allow the conversations in the day to kind of, proceed the way it's going to go. And those are pretty special times. And I'm not quite sure you can put a price on those, because we all know that they are somewhat limited. We only get X amount of time. Our family and friends only get X amount of time. And if our lives are, equally busy on both sides, it doesn't leave a lot of time simply to be together and enjoy each other's company. So my third best case scenario is that your retirement is going to offer you more time to spend with your family and friends. Otherwise, you may regret not having the time, or taking the time, making the time to spend with your family and friends. My 4th best case scenario is that retiring early, presumably while you're a little bit healthier, is going to give you the opportunity to travel a little bit more. And what I had in mind was not necessarily, simply or solely related to flyaway travel or distant vacations. For this, I mean simply, traveling within America, on a budget. It could be, well, here's my vision. I kind of picture, I live in Southern Ohio. It's in South Central Ohio. It's pretty close to about 10 miles away from the Kentucky border, just for a frame of reference. And when I take a look at the map and I draw like a 150-mile radius circle around where I live, well, that puts me into Indiana, puts me in northern Ohio, puts me over by the Pennsylvania, West Virginia border, puts me into northwestern West Virginia, puts me into Kentucky. And man, if you look at these areas, there's a lot of things to do that I've never taken the time or have not had the time to do. And I'm thinking, when I retire a little bit early, I'll be able to take advantage of extra time through the week to simply jump in the car and go do some of these things. And a lot of these things I think are going to be relatively inexpensive. It's not like you have to stay at a hotel and eat at a fancy restaurant. You can simply jump in the car, drive 3 or 4 hours, maybe, hike a trail you've never been on, or visit a small town you've never been to, go antiquing in a spot you've never been, whatever. You can simply take advantage of the extra time to explore and really get to know your home areas. And I think there's a lot of things that we simply haven't discovered in our home area that could really enhance and probably make us feel a little bit better about where we live. So that's my number 4. I think it was number 4. My fifth and final best case scenario, something that could go really right when you retire, is you're going to give yourself more time and more freedom for the call it the what's next kind of scenario. At each stage in our life, there's always something that kind of fills the void of whatever we were doing before, which we're no longer doing. So imagine you retire from one career, one job, and maybe you're kind of worried that, I'm not going to have anything to do. I don't know what else is out there. Well, I don't think we know what's out there because we haven't really created enough space for whatever is out there to become a part of our life. So the what's next scenario, man, I don't know what it is. It could be, you may find that you want to start your own business. You may find that you have time for, to really deep dive into a hobby that you've never had time to do before. It could be, something new pops up that's work related, and you might willingly, go back to work, if not full time, part time or as a side gig. But the what's next phenomena doesn't really occur, I think, until we step away from one thing and open up space for, the next thing. So again, those are my top 5 best case scenarios. Please think about it. What is your best case scenario? Have a vision for, whatever you want your retirement to be. Allow some positive energy to creep into your life. So if you got anything from this video, give it a thumbs up, consider subscribing, and hopefully I'll see you again in my next video. So we'll talk to you later. Bye.